Hi everyone. So today we'll be discussing on the topic permutation. This one. So combinations one, sorry, not the permutations one, right? So yeah, first let's go with the combination generation definition. Let's see what the definition part says here. Combination generation is a recursive technique. Yep, it is also a recursive technique. Yep, it also is the recursive technique similar to the permutation generation, right? So to generate all the possible selections of the k elements. So we'll be having the k to generate all the possible selections of the k elements from n elements without considering the order. So we will not be considering the order. For the permutation, we went with a strict, we had considered the order, right? So here, without considering the order, this term is very important actually. This is fine. It uses decision making, pick or not pick, right? So it uses decision making, pick or not pick at each recursive step. At each recursive step. So this is it for the combination generation. So we are done with this part. Now let's move on with the algorithm explanation. Yeah, let's move on with the algorithm explanation. So first what we'll do, we'll build the combination step by step. We'll be building the combination step by step. At at each index we choose the current element. At each index what we do, we choose the current element, so the current element that we have within the array. So next we will move to the next index and reduce the required elements. What we'll do, we'll move to the next index and reduce the required elements, nothing but the k. Yeah, we'll move to the next index. So we have to so first we'll be making use of the recursion or the backtracking for this, right? So first thing, we build the combination step by step. Then at each index, we'll be choosing the current element, nothing but choose, right? So choosing part is done. Then we have to recurse as well as the unchoose. So these three steps will be going, right? Going within the backtrack helper method. First thing is choose, then uh, this one, then recurse, then unchoose, right? So for the second one, we have to move to the next index that we will be doing within the recursion part actually. We will recurse, move to the next index and reduce the required element. So this is fine. Next, finally, we have to unchoose, right? So see here, when k equals 0, one valid combination is formed and we will backtrack to explore the other choices, nothing but unchoose. We will backtrack to explore the other choices. First thing, choose. Second one, recurse. Third one, unchoose or backtrack. Yep. So these three things we'll be doing. For first, we'll build the combination step by step. Within the choosing part, at each index, we choose the current element. And within the recursion part, we move to the next index and reduce the required elements, as well as when k equals 0, one valid combination will be formed, right? So for the unchoosing or the backtrack method, so we will backtrack to explore other choices as well. We need other choices, right? Accordingly with the k, right? Yeah, we'll backtrack to explore the other choices. Yep, that we'll be doing. So let's consider the same example. We'll choose k equals to 2, right? K equals to 2 for this particular thing actually. We'll be going with k equals to 2 and array will be going with a 1, 2, 3. Array will be going with 1, 2, 3. Yep. Now let's try to implement or articulate the same thing that we had discussed within the algorithm explanation. Yep, let's do that. Now the first part. So let's do one thing. Yep. Mm, First, within the main method, what shall we do? First, let's go with the input array from which combinations are formed actually. I'll just go with static here. Mm, int, I'll just go with array equals 1, 2, 3. So this is fine. The next one will go with the total number of the elements in the array. So I'll just go with static here. Yep. Let me go with the int n equals array dot length actually. Array dot length. So we'll be making use of the variable, this one, sorry, not variable, length of the array most of the time. So I'll just assign to the variable n. So this is fine. Now we also need number of elements to pick for each combination, right? So nothing but the k. In simple terms, I'm speaking of the k, right? So I'll just go with static int. Let me go with k equals 2. Then what we'll do, let's go with a temporary array to store the current combination. Nothing but static here. So this one int, let me go with the temp. Let me go with the temp equals new int of, let me pass the key. Let me pass the key. So this is fine. Next, let's go with the main method actually. Let's go with the main method. So what shall we do here? So we have to start the recursion from index 0 with the 0 elements chosen actually. We have to start the recursion from the index 0 with the 0 elements chosen. For that, let's make use of the recursion actually. Or we have to backtrack. Let's make use of the helper method backtrack, or I'll just go with a generate. Let me keep the name generate. That's it. We are backtracking, right? Usually we go with a backtrack, the name backtrack, right? The name of the method I'm speaking, or the function, whatever you call it. Yep. So I'll just go with generate instead of backtrack. So what are the parameters that we need here? Index, one thing, and count. Yeah, this is fine. So within the generate method, the first thing that we'll be doing, see, index, two parameters why we have considered. Index is nothing but the current index in the original array, and count is nothing but number of elements currently selected in the temp actually. Yep, this is fine, I believe. Yep. Now, first thing, if the required k elements are selected, then we have to print the current combination. So, and we have to stop the further recursion for this particular path. So this is what we'll be doing first within the backtrack helper method, right? Let's write the code for that. Just give me a second here. Yeah. So I'll just go with a simple if condition. See, if count equals k actually, meaning if the required k elements are selected. So let's print the current combination. So I'll just go with s out here. Yep, system out println. So let me go with arrays. Let me go with arrays to string this one, and let me pass the temp. Let me pass the temp variable. Yep, so this is fine. Next, we have to stop further recursion for this path. Nothing but we need to return. Yep, so this is fine. Yep, I'll just come out of this one entirely. Now, if all the elements are processed, we have to stop recursion in that for that actually. So I'll just go with index equals 0. Then what we have to do, I'll just return, not 0 actually, sorry. If all the elements are posted, we have to consider n, right? Sorry, I got confused actually. Now, yeah, we have to stop recursion. So I have made use of the return keyword so that we can exit from there. Next, we have to choose the current element. Here comes the main thing: choose, recurse, as well as the unchoose, right? So first choose. So within the algorithm, what we had discussed, one second. Yeah, at each index we have to choose the current element. For that, I'll just write it in this way. Yeah. So let me go with the temp here. Temp of, let me pass the count here. So let me assign this one to array of index. Array of index. It's as simple as that. Then the next part is, we have to move to the next index and reduce the required elements k. And when k equals 0, one valid combination is this one formed actually. So this is nothing but the recurse part actually. I'll just go with the generate, the same method actually, method name actually. Yep. So we have to move to the next one. So I'll just go with a index plus 1, and also count plus 1, as we are considering count as well, right? So count is nothing but the number of elements currently selected in the temp. Yep. So we have to move to the next index with one more element chosen. We have done that. Now comes the backtrack or the unchoose, right? So we have to skip the current element and move to the next index. For that, I'll just go with a generate here. Nothing but index plus 1. This remains same. Count will be, we have to skip the current element, right? So I'll just give count here. So this is it actually. It's as simple as that. Let me format the code once. Now all we have to do is, within the main method, all we have to do is, we have to start the recursion from the index 0 with the 0 elements chosen initially, right? So we have to start from there. So I'll just make use of the generate here, the same method. We have written the helper method generate, right? Nothing but the backtrack method actually. I'll just go with a 0, 0. It's as simple as that. Let me format the code once. Now we are done with the code. Let's check whether we have any error. It's not screaming anywhere, right? Yeah, we do not have any error. I hope we do not have any error. So this is fine. Now let's do one thing. Let's dry run the code for the same example that we have considered here. See this one for the 1, 2, 3, right? So that we get to know whether whatever the code that we have written works correctly or not, along with the this one. What do we call? Along with that, we get to know about the output part as well. Yep, let's do that. Yeah, let's move on with the try run actually. So we'll be considering the same example that we have considered within the code. So we'll be going with a 1, 2, 3, and k we have considered 2 within the code, right? So we'll be going with the same example. First, what we'll do, as per the code that we have written, so initially index will be 0, initially index will be 0, and count will be 0 as well, right? We have considered two variables actually as parameters, sorry, two parameters within the generate method, nothing but the backtrack method, backtrack helper function or the method, however you call it. So we are going with the index as well as the count. So both we we'll be going with a 0. We'll be initializing 0 for both. Yep. Second step is let's pick one. Let's pick one, right? So let's pick one here. Temp equals, let me go with temp equals 1 comma this one. So this is fine. So we are just picking one. Next, what we have to do, we'll pick two actually. We'll pick two. Yep. So after picking two here, I'll just go with temp equals. So we'll fill the blank space actually. So this becomes 1 comma 2. So first thing we will be printing this one. Yeah, we will be printing this one. Then we will backtrack. Then we will backtrack. It's as simple as that. Then we will backtrack, right? So during the backtrack, what we'll do, we'll skip two actually. Yeah, we'll skip two. We'll skip one by one, right? So we will skip two first. So after skipping two, we will pick three. We will pick three actually. So let me write it over here. Let's pick the three here, right? Let's pick the three. So temp temp becomes now in the place of three we are skipping two. In the place of two, we'll be having three. It's as simple as that. Yep. Now we have temp equals 1 comma 3. So we will print this part as well. We'll print this one. This is fine. Now we'll backtrack to start. We will backtrack to start. Yep. I'll just write it over here correctly. We'll backtrack to start. Yep. So this is what we do. Then what we are going to do here within this one. Now we are going to skip one. We have already skipped two in the place of three. In the place of two, we have considered three. We have picked three. Now we will remove or this one. What do we call? Pick two actually, right? So we'll pick two. We'll skip one. First, let me write it over here. We'll skip one. Then after skipping one, we will pick two, right? So we will pick two. This becomes actually temp, yeah, temp equals two and we have blank here, right? So K we have two. So this one we will keep this one as blank. Yep. So this is fine. Next step, what we will do? Next step, what we'll do? Just give me a second here. 1 second. Yeah, next what we'll do, we'll pick two, temp we have two and blank. Next step, we will pick three actually here, right? So we will pick three here. After picking three, what happens here? Temp, we will be assigning this one to the two in the place of blank. We have picked three, so we will be keeping three here. So we will print this part as well. We'll be printing this one. Yep. So we are done with this part. We are done with this part actually. We are done with this part. Yeah. Now, what are the things that we are printing actually? See, first we are going with a 1 comma 2. So let me go here with 1 comma 2. So this is going to be the output actually. Yeah. So we are going with 1 comma 2. I mean, we are printing 1 comma 2. Next, we are printing 1 comma 3. So I'll just go with 1 comma 3. So this is also fine. 1 comma 2, 1 comma 3. Next, we are printing 2 comma 3 actually. We are printing 2 comma 3. So this is the combinations actually. This is the combinations, right? So this is fine, I believe. So this is the output that we need to get 1 comma 2, 1 comma 3 as well as the 2 comma 3. Yep. So this is the output that we need to get. This is the output that we need to get. Yep. So we are done with this part, man. We are done with this part. So what shall we do? Yeah, we are done with this part actually. Now we have the idea. We have complete idea. Whatever the code that we have written. So if we have written the correct code actually, accordingly with the code that we have written, we have dry run, right? So by considering the same example that we have written, that we have considered within the exam, sorry, coding part actually, code, right? Now we know what is the output that we need to get, and if we have written the correct code, and I mean if I have typed the code correctly, we have to get the output this one, 1 comma 2, 1 comma 3 and 2 comma 3. Let's check the same actually. So I'll do one thing. Let's run the code. Yep. So let's run the code. Let's wait for some time. It takes time to compile. Let's wait for some time. So here you can clearly see the same. We are getting the desired output 1 comma 2, 1 comma 3 as well as 2 comma 3. So we had dry run the code just very recently, right? So we have got the same output accordingly with the code that we have written. We are getting the correct output actually. Whatever the algorithm that we have written works absolutely correct actually. Yep. So this is fine. We are done with this part. We are left with only one part, nothing but this one, complexities. So let's discuss the same actually. So we have to discuss the complexities for the code that we have written, right? Let's discuss the same. So what will be the time complexity here? Time complexity would lead to So this one time complexity would lead to because of combination of n comma k. Combination of n comma k. It depends on n number of elements as well as k, right? So the window that we are considering. So here for this particular example, we have considered 2, k equals 2, right? So overall time complexity would lead to because of combination of n comma k. And what would be the space complexity here? Space complexity would lead to because of k. So it's quite obviously because of k because we are going with a recursion stack as well as the temporary array, right? So basically it is dependent on entirely k actually, right? It is entirely dependent on the k. So overall space complexity would lead to big of k. The time complexity and the space complexity for the code that we have written would lead to big of c of n comma k and big of k respectively. Right. So this is it for the algorithm, combination generation algorithm. Right. So we are done with this part. Next, what we are going to do, we are left with only two algorithms, I believe, within the recursion or the backtracking. So we are left with n queens as well as Sudoku solver. These two things we'll be doing tomorrow. So for now, this is it. Thanks for watching, guys.